Hey guys, and welcome to Tea Time with Jules. I'm Jules, and I have another reaction video for you guys today. The reaction video today is special because it's been requested by one of our Patreon members, Rashane. And we also have our very special guest with us, Doug, to give his own hip-hop commentary. Hi, Doug.
What's going on? What's going on, Jules? I'm happy to be here to give that hip-hop commentary. And you know, as usual, I got my drumsticks with me because you can't commentary on hip-hop without drums, without drumsticks.
Very nice. At least. So the video that we're going to be watching today is another Contra video, and this is the Realest Freestyle. I'm very excited to get into it.
Yes, me too. I think last time we realized that these guys were, the second coming of hip-hop again. People were so excited to hear it. I personally know that whenever they show up, I get excited as a hip-hop, fan and historian, as it were. So let's do this. All right, here we go, guys. Contra, the Realest Freestyle.
Yeah, hey, check. We was forged out of struggle, hearts made pure but dormant.
Now, I'm going to go back. All you need to know is what you're listening to, guys, is a upright bass. Of course, I believe it's a sampled upright bass. Boom, 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 boom. Jazz is hip-hop. Hip-hop is jazz. It comes all the way back from funk. We're talking about hip-hop to the hippity-hop. That's funk. Then R&B. R&B comes from jazz. And what they do now is the deconstruction. They got rid of all of it. And there's so many ways that this happens in the song. I'm going to try to break it down for you as quickly as possible when we hear it. But what you need to know is that upright bass and that bass drum pattern, boom, 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 lets us know this is where it comes from. And everything they do and everything they say and every way they speak relates to jazz. Let's listen again.
Check. We was forged out of struggle, hearts made pure but dormant. In the midst of morning, it's alarming, smile still forming. So I just got some grills, the same build as George Foreman's. We don't operate the same, we can't cooperate, I'm not the foreman. I supervise myself, shit if I lose that type of pride, I euthanize myself. Rather die a human death than to live inhumanely. It's death on the tongue and the word of man. It's life in the word of God. What you think sustain me? What's to come is approaching. The first step was us taking a step. One is approaching. Skip the breakfast, make a meal, and eat lunch with consultants. I overcame enough to be overcome with emotions. Beautiful blue hue painted across my face, dry while it shed. Cause for 18 years I kept it idle in the shed. In a world where identity is lacked, masculinity is trapped, and opinions are legitimate as facts. The black experience is doing myriad and vindication. My black experience ain't the same as BET would make it. Revolution won't be televised, it won't reach syndication. How we rise will surely prophesize, there's no mere inclination. For your information, I fortified my own foundation. I built it off of more ground, made it sound. Should I let that shit crescendo or make it soundproof? Close the booth and put it to use as a fire instrumental. Smoking out the window if you want some contact. Let's get the innuendo if we talking contracts. I'm an immortal soul in search of mortal combat. Me versus a verse, you gotta stop and say rewind that. It's hard to find that, but let me find out. Ride a bullet pointed, bow and bow out. Hand the cannon off to Nick Cannon and tell him wild out. Everything I write is canon to the story I'm about. Young God.
Yes. Now, since you said stop and rewind.
Yeah, I was like, yeah. That was a lot. We need to stop and rewind now to talk about that.
Now, the first thing is, there's no way I'm going to try to decipher every one of those words for you people. You got to rewind it for yourself. Like, it's all on there. But do understand this. There's three things to remember. The way that he's rhyming is basically built on half rhymes. If you notice, he's not actually rhyming exact endings, right? He's not exactly writing tune and spoon, O-O-N. Hold on.
Crescendo or make a soundproof, close the booth.
Crescendo and instrumental don't rhyme. It's only because he makes it rhyme. It's called a half rhyme, right? And this is classic hip hop that goes all the way back to Big L, Nas. Eminem is the most current person that does this the best, period, if people who know their hip hop, like, you know, you can't rhyme with orange. Well, I bet you Eminem can, right? You find ways to use a whole bunch of half rhymes. And the main point is, this type of beat is made for this type of rhyming. It's supposed to be simple. Nas said it, and it's almost, I would say, famous, but it's really more infamous. He was asked the question, man, you can rhyme so good, but every album you pick the worst beats. He's like, no, I pick the simplest beats. Because the less that's on there, if it's just an upright bass and a bass drum and a snare, I'm the one that has to make the song with my rhyme. You see what I'm saying? Like
that struck me because I'm used to hearing a lot more in the background and the instrumental part in a song. So when you only hear like one beat like this, it's like, how are you making this interesting? But it's like all my brain is just focused on the words and trying to understand the meaning, you know, that I don't even think about the beat anymore.
And that's the point. The more deconstructed the beat is, the less you need to show jazz. This is jazz. Everybody knows that pattern, right?
Yes.
Now we got.
Like,
I'm waiting for the response.
Yes,
from the
teacher.
crowd. There's none. That's the pattern. Spangalang, spangalang. That's the spangalang pattern. This is jazz. In this is something called dotted eighth notes. We'll talk about that later in the last guy. I won't be saying too much after this. But here's the beat. This lets us know that he has to rhyme in a very certain pattern. Triplets work in this pattern. Dotted eighth notes work. What's a dotted eighth note? Regular eighth notes, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Dotted eighth notes, there's more space in between each of those ands. 1, a 2, a 3, a 4. Now, also, so everything he does has to fit in this pattern. And you can't fit straight in that pattern. That is the crux of jazz, the dotted eighth note. Spangalang, spangalang. If I try to go straight in there, it won't fit. So every word that they're saying, all of them do this. You start to hear, no matter if it's fast or slow, it lends itself to triplets.
Okay, so it's more of like a swing beat.
Triplet. All of it has to be the eighth note, dotted eighth or the triplet. And every breakdown, fast or slow, has to fit in that pattern. And that's the difference between jazz and pop, jazz and R&B, jazz and funk.
Yeah, so would you call that's like more of a swing beat?
It's swing. It has to swing. Yeah. And I don't mean to think if it ain't got that swing. And so what you're finding out is the genius of every single word they're saying, none of it is straight on the H. Let's just take a quick listen to the end here.
Put it to use as a fire instrumental. Smoking out the window if you want some contact. Let's get the innuendo if we talking contracts.
Here it is. Smoking out the window. That's how it is straight. He's swinging it. No matter how fast or slow it is. Right. It's like listening to someone playing 4/4 or 6/8. You know it when you hear it, even if you can't explain it. Why it's different.
And like that sort of swing beat is quite hard to teach, like in music. Yeah. You have to have like an innate feeling for it, right?
You gotta have that feel. You gotta have that swing. You gotta be listening to it. My jazz teacher used to always say, if you want to learn how to play jazz, boy, you have to listen to jazz. Because I can teach you how to do a dotted eighth note, 1, a 2, a 3, but you can't navigate inside that that triplet, right? Or that dotted eighth unless you listen to it. All the spaces in between that are usable. And you got to be a genius to use it like they're doing it and make words out of it and make sense and have a deeper meaning because it's poetry. Did I talk long enough?
That was great.
All right. Now that you guys know what to listen for, the beat all comes from the Spangalang pattern, and everything they say has to fit inside of those and the one and the two and it's not straight. Now that you know that and you listen to everything they're saying, you should hear it with a whole new ear. Let's hear the rest of this.
I'm an immortal soul and search canon off to Nick Cannon and tell him wild out. Everything I write is canon to the story I'm about. Young
I can
God.
tell you about them nights I used to sleep in public bathrooms. I wrote this verse in my jacuzzi with a sky view, looking down at the city just to remind you what God do. If you hate it, I forgive you. Light was never meant to blind you. Who gon' bring the vibe through? De Colombia, si yo no lo hago. Sometimes I wonder what would life be like if hip hop never saved me, or if the struggle didn't raise me. These niggas never been as broke as me. I like that. I can't.
Why does he like that, people? Because he is anti-establishment. You never been as broke as me. Everybody else on every radio station in the downfall of our god dog culture has been telling you you've never been as rich as me. He said that one line that means so much more. Everybody, I got the best car, I got the most girls, I got the biggest house, and my Rolls Royce and my rims, and look at all my chains. He said, you've never been as broke as me, and bragged about it.
Yeah.
Because he's like, guess what? Most normal people really understand the struggle more than they do that other stuff. You can dance to that other stuff, but this is food. You eat it for sustenance.
Right, like these words mean more. They touch you more. They're more relatable. They, pull you in. They make you want to listen and support these people that actually have something meaningful to say.
Beautiful. I couldn't have said it better myself. Let's hear that again. I like that, he said.
These niggas never been as broke as me. I like that. I can't fuck with bitches that complain. I'll never wife that. I'm at the front lines on any turf to bring the fight back. Represent for everybody who ain't left the cul-de-sac. Thinking bigger for my niggas cause the village on my back. No fuimos de Colombia sin un peso y sin mirar atrás, pero el resto es el pasado y yo no quiero regresar. Solo quiero progresar, nivelar, alcanzar lo más allá, porque donde vengo muchos no salen de la ciudad. Nadie sabe el dolor que uno siente de verdad. A veces tienes que perdonarte a ti mismo. Before we reached the top we was dropping bombs from the 5th floor, lighting up the disco with my blood tribe. Can't shit ain't what it's hitting for, cause we outside. Turn it up, it's the bridge. Time to get this shit together like the eclipse on November 6th when I made it through the veil. I was born to grip mics and suffocate rappers back to hell, make their lungs pop. Every time we drop, the fans hyperventilating. Why these niggas fail to keep up? Talking in codes just like a beeper. The smooth criminal like Lupin, I stole the show since the snot nose. Been in my own zone. Welcome to the Tear Dome, nigga.
We living in different times, baby, it's different times. I'm living in a time where I should've died when real niggas were still alive, cause this shit just ain't it. They be like, follow the following. You need to build your followers. Until then, your talent ain't shit. Ain't that something for you to tell God he ain't do enough? When making me rap was a part of his gift. And here I am, dead wrong to wanna live in the present when I should be worried about taking flicks.
Please stop. Please stop. Please.
I know, it's like some of this stuff, like I definitely don't catch a lot of what is being said, but the stuff I do catch, it's like dropping the bomb, like whoa.
Every word is a bomb. But I'm gonna talk about the next thing that you do. The reason why Nas wants a simple beat. The only reason why this beat exists is to play the Spangalang so they can fit inside of it. The way that you get around that and make it exciting is the rhythm. Everybody else has been rhyming here. This guy goes. He makes the rhyme last over 2 bars instead of 1, or over 4 bars almost, every time. So he's not only of course he's still inside the dotted eighth pattern. He's still doing triplets, fast ones, or landing somewhere on them, impossibly on a triplet somewhere. But he goes even deeper because now he's the third person here, and this is the same. The beat hasn't changed yet. There's nothing. It's a drum and a bass and an organ that goes. That's it. So it's up to him to make me press the stop button again. And what he does is he says, well, I guess what? Everybody else has been rhyming like this. Now I'm gonna take 4 bars before I get to the end of the rhyme. And now we're just gonna elongate. We're going to make you wait on that pattern that rhymes, on the rhyming part of the song. Yeah. And it's just another tool in his box. This beat also reminds me of Pete Rock, people. We're talking about Tribe Called Quest, jazz, 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 jazz. This is modern day jazz. Everything about it. The minute you hear it, if you know what you're listening for, that's what it is.
Picture this frame of mind that we in, where Photoshop is your friend, and if not, you can always go to a doc and get it put in. I notice, but all of them likes feel like you winning. I know it. You really living your life throughout a lens, so focus. That filter filtering more to your skin. You feeling lesser than pretty if you don't use it again. I get it. It's a trend. I like to call it addiction. Every morning we wake and we grab our phone for a fixin', like, check my mention, scroll, what I'm missing. What? No, he didn't. She could get it. Damn. I swear we in different times. Attention worth more than money when eyes can be monetized. We mentally modified. It's no longer dollar signs. Swear that shit blew my mind when it checked me, you verified. Before the pandemic, I've been social distance from media. Niggas always want followers. Where the fuck is you leading us? I'm in the crib, reading books. I be on different mediums. With the wife, living life, and we ain't got no TV up. Nah, shit. Yeah, we got it, but why get it? It's not the price of the TV to watch it, it's too expensive. Read, don't just listen, take heed to this wisdom. Niggas say time is money, but look at how niggas spend it. Always down to get high, but consciously setting limits. Feeding you through a tube, be sure to make your subscription, nigga.
That I really liked that. That was wisdom. That was
wisdom. You said
that was
it right.
Really good.
You said it right. Another one that got me was the filtered one. Now he's like, you heard that one, right? It's like you put it on a filter. Next thing you know, you don't think you're beautiful without it. Like,
it's so true, though. It's so true. Like, I know all the things he was commenting on. I'm like, well, I do that. Ooh, I do that. I do that.
That's exactly it. And that's the point of hip-hop. That was the point of hip-hop. What's going on across the world? This was at Run DMC. Everything from the hip-hop to the hippity-hop, Curtis Blow, all of these people would talk about what's going on and a self-reflection on the culture.
Yes. Yeah, that is really what struck me about these lines because, I mean, these are things that everybody does, that it's just part of our culture now. We don't even think about it, but having somebody actually talk about it, I'm like, oh, yeah.
The purpose.
I haven't been... Yeah, it's so purposeful. It's so meaningful.
The purpose of the art is to make you think. You're exactly right. This is also...
I should be thinking about this.
This is also jazz. This is Charlie Parker. This is art. This is Thelonious Monk. Thelonious Monk, even though there's no words, the purpose was clear. I might put up a little picture here. Thelonious Monk's albums had pictures of wartime or Nazis or whatever it was that he was playing for, that he was envisioning when he was tapping those piano keys. The point of the art was a social critique. It was not just a social critique, but a cultural mirror was the idea. Bitches Brew. This is a cultural mirror. Watermelon Man, Chameleon. These are cultural mirrors when they come out, and that was the purpose of jazz. That was the purpose of hip hop. We've kind of lost it. These guys bringing it back. in a relevant way, in every way that matters. I love it. Here we go.
Break free. Yo. Check, my halo kept untainted. The devil ain't acquainted with my spirit in the faintest. That shit take constant maintenance. Don't trip, don't get too anxious. We blessed, we got spirits, angels, ancestors, and loving strangers. Protect us from every angle. My flesh is a vessel, ain't it? No need to be vain. My ego restrained. We all are special. If you don't know it, that's such a shame.
Now, this is the last thing I'm gonna say because this is the point I wanted to make. Triplets, dotted eighth notes. That was the first part of his rhyme. If I put it one more note in there, it's all triplets. He's doing triplets, but taking out the middle note. That's it. That's all he's doing.
Yeah, that was crazy. That was cool. Like the way I didn't know that there could be so many variations of how you say the words, and it makes it so interesting.
It makes it jazz. It makes it jazz. Because if you said it's a different song.
Mm-hmm.
It's jazz. Spangalang, there is no straight eighth. Then he breaks it down. Right. So subdivision is how you divide up these triplets. He's cutting out the middle on the first half. The second half, he doesn't cut out the middle. I think he'll still do it here a little bit.
I just became the nigga that I always been. I know this wisdom simplify intelligence. I'm sitting still, I'm breathing deep. My thoughts are relevant to keep. How life expresses itself through me, show God is evident. Back in my zone, I really been feeling right at home. A really good feeling indicative of my backbone. I'm feeling a bright.
He's cutting out the middle, and when he wants to subdivide it, he just puts the other one back in. If I took out this,
I'm trying to.
This is.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out like how he's like doing that with the words, and for me, I guess it translates into where he's putting the inflection in the sentence, like on which syllable he's kind of ending or emphasizing that makes that rhythm sort of like change.
So no, he's adding literally more notes. He's adding more beats to it. So the first one is this. So YouTube, what you hear me doing here is my right hand. When I add one more note to it, it sounds like I'm going way faster. Trip. He's doing the first and the last notes of the triplet. When he put the other note in, triplet, it sounds like this. The right hand never changed. Those two notes, the trip and the let, never changed. He just added another word in the middle. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's sort of, I'm trying to like wrap my head around it, because in my mind I'm hearing, because I do a lot of singing in other languages, and the like rhythmic, what do you call that? Like in Italian, it sounds da 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 da. Like when you say something in Italian, da 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 da. And then when you say something in French, you go to the end, da 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 da. And so in my mind, that's what comes up when I hear like those words. I'm like, oh, that kind of wave of the sound is sort of like that.
And that makes sense. That makes sense because we know that language kind of changes these rhythms a lot. But yeah, so he's literally adding words in spaces to make it sound like he's going faster, but many of those words are landing exactly in the same place to keep that jazz going, and then he just subdivide and it sounds faster. You hear that?
Yeah, I guess when I say in inflection, it's more of like which ones he's hitting more. So it's in the same bar, but which ones like he's hitting certain,
and that's how he's making it even more exciting. Right.
Yeah.
Which one he's accenting turns the whole rhythm around again.
Yeah.
Man, these guys could teach a class, I'm telling you. Let's go.
All right.
Let's go.
I'm shining my light, the negatives just can't latch on. My ready to speak on my phone, reminding me shit that I've known. And maybe forgot somewhere along the journey of where it's long. The journey I need repair. Heart on my sleeves with stitched to wear and tear, but know me, who care? Mama told me that. Pick up your nuts and hold your sack. Looking for sympathy, gon' only hold you back. Don't hold for that. I can't lack. Easy street is whack. Fork in the road, we eat with that. Niggas be posing, then folding. I'm chosen, that's that. Live in the moment, take, pick, flick, capture the moment. Never to get this back. Long and want this, get it, then boom, it's I want that. Happiness is elusive for the niggas that wanna pursue. The truth is, your effort is useless. Can't find what you never lost. Can't buy if it doesn't cost, and it doesn't cost. Clear my mind, see where the great divine left off. Losing the time when not driven.
I'm going one time. I mean, what are we doing here? All right, people. So, theme of today, Jules. This is jazz. This is hip hop deconstructed to its elements. The Spangalang pattern, the jazz bass line, the bass drum that keeps the dotted eighth note, bop, 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 and them playing with every possible rhythmic accent combination that fits inside of that pattern. Inside of the jazz pattern, inside of the Spangalang, the dotted eighth, the triplet. From amazing, absolutely amazing.
That is amazing. I never thought of it in that way, so I feel like this was kind of like a class. I feel like I learned a lot.
I like that. I hope that y'all did as well as dear YouTube. I mean, I hope you didn't turn it off when I started my first rant. Maybe I'll edit it so it's not so bad. It's not.
Oh boy, I know. If you're still here, thank you so much.
Thank you for inviting me on doing stuff like this, Jules. I appreciate it.
Of course, and I have to say thank you to Rashane for requesting this video. And if any of you guys out there want to request videos, then look at our Patreon or our membership on the channel, and you can request videos like this. And it's super cool because I never would have listened to this if not for that. So thanks, guys.
And that's it. And we have another special one. I hate to interrupt your ending here, but there will be another one soon. Somebody else joined Patreon and they ordered one up, and it's not hip hop again, so be ready for it. It's got really cool metal / I don't even know what to call it, industrial, amazing singing. It's gonna be awesome. Yeah, get ready for it, guys. Get ready for it.
Awesome. So if you guys want to get notified of when that video's up, then subscribe. And if you like this video, give it a like. And we'll see you in the next video. Bye.